Hello everybody and welcome to Little Penny, California for a rare sneak peek into the way we do things here in the Winston All-American Series. I don't know what that intro was, but it is going to be a unique day here in Little Penny, California, live from the the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway. As we undergo qualifying for the SuperFlo Showdown here for race number 8 of the Winston All-American Series, and the way that qualifying is going to work. We've got two separate qualifying sessions. We've got the bottom 21 in points and then the top 21 in points, and the reason we're doing that is Chris Reynolds takes the track. The Levi Strauss Signature Speedway can only fit 30 cars, so 12 drivers will not be racing, and this is the only fair way to really figure out who will be racing and who will be going home. Reynolds, the first one to put down a 15-second lap time, just to say that Logan Williams will go to the top of the charts. Williams, who is last in the point standings right now, as Reynolds will go back to the top with a 15.186 second lap. That time by for Logan Williams, 15.59. They're going to be hitting that outside wall all day afternoon long, as Will Parrish now goes to the top of the board. So we've got the qualifying sessions. The top 10 from each qualifying session will advance to the show, and the fastest of those will go, or the fastest of each will be on the pole position. And then the bottom 22 qualifiers, the bottom 11 the first one, the bottom 11 in the second one, will be going into our LCQ. And right now, Brian Ferris and a couple other drivers being turned around there, and this is a problematic racetrack. And it's going to be interesting to see these guys get around here, as Nathan Stapleton nearly took the end off of Tristan Rushwalski, as Nathan Buchanan rubs up Alex Sandoval. But right now, it is still Will Parrish at the top of the charts. 5-minute qualifying sessions for everybody. And it looks like Parrish is come down the pit lane, so we'll see if anybody's able to beat him. And wouldn't you know it, Ryan Durrani. Now Tristan Rushwalski will knock the 18 and the 12 off the top of the pylon. Again, this gives an opportunity for the guys who are in the bottom half in points a chance to do well here. And right now, Rushwalski with one of only two sub 15-second times. Ryan Durrani with the other. But a minute 50 to go in the qualifying session, and then we'll have about 40 seconds of bonus time after that. And now right in front of everybody, there's Logan Williams. He'll go around, and oh boy, they're already getting pretty rowdy in qualifying. Can't wait to see what they'll do in the actual race, as Durrani goes back to the top of the charts. Trying to find Durrani. There's Ryan, your Talladega winner, as Mike Vincent Jr. puts down a sub 15-second time. Same with Samat Ozkin, he goes to second. And now Nathan Stapleton jumps up to the top of the board. Top 6 drivers with sub 15-second time. Stapleton in lap traffic. We'll see what Rushwalski does with a minute to go in qualifying regular time. Stapleton, who needs a good run, will go underneath Brian Ferris. Again, if these guys bang up their cars in qualifying, it doesn't mean that much. There's no backup cars needed or anything like that. 40 seconds remaining in regular time. 40 seconds of bonus time likely on deck. And if Stapleton is able to hold this, he'll be starting on either the outside pole or on the pole here with a blazing fast 14.8 second time. But a minute to go in qualifying in total. We'll see if anybody else finishes up their laps. I think Eric Monaco is going to have a good lap this time by at the stripe. Monaco will go to the top of the charts with a flying lap from the Big Red Monte Carlo, beating Stapleton's time by about 0.05 of a second. At the stripe, Monaco Car number 1 currently in position number 1 on the top of the pylon. We'll see if they get around in time to put another lap in the books. At the stripe, Roy should be the last one to do it. No, they're going to give him 20 extra seconds. Eric Monaco. Can Stapleton put another fast time down? I don't think he's going to be able to. So Eric Monaco in qualifying heat number 1 will go to the top of the pylon. But look at everybody. 9 drivers with a sub 15-second time. We barely see that here. And Kasumi Takashi, the last of the drivers to make it in, to be locked into the show. So Eric Monaco, Nathan Stapleton, Ryan Durrani, Samat Ozkin, Mike Vincent Jr., Tyreek Hartman, Skylar Taylor, Josh Harmon, Tristan Rushwalski, and Kasumi Takashi all locked into the show. But Peter Rushwalski, Will Parrish, Reggie Fogelman, Nathan Buchanan, Chris Reynolds, Brian Ferris, Bradley Ream, Dylan Matthews, Logan Williams, Rich Roy, and Alex Sandoval all will need to finish in the top 10 in the LCQ to advance onward. We'll step aside for a brief moment and then get you ready for the second qualifying segment here, this time the top 21 in points. And those guys could have the potential to not make the show in general and lose out on the points, but it's going to be a fun one here, and it's a little controversial, but for the sake of short track racing, for the sake of chaos here in the Winston All-American Series, there's got to be an LCQ here once in a while. But we're going to rack them up for qualifying session number 2. We'll be back in just a few short moments. And we're back for qualifying session number 2 of the SuperFlo Showdown. Owen Miles already trundling out in the 99 machine. Two-time winner this season at Papyrus and Homestead. Looking to make it 3 on the season and get a good qualifying run. Again, this is the top 21 in points, including your pole sitter, Roy Ribbleton. When he spawns, we'll get to see him in just a few short moments, but there's Riley Sampson in the 10. But again, this is where drivers have more to lose than to gain. It's already a fast time from Owen Miles, not quite sub 15, but still a good opening lap. 0.2 of a second faster than Alex Lozano. As everybody starts to come out, there is Roy Ribbleton, your points leader. Beside him is Caleb Rose, who fell in the point standings after a rough race at Thornton a couple of days ago. And the last thing he needs is to miss the show here today, especially since this is the midway point through the inaugural season of the Winston All-American Series. Alex Lozano goes to the top of the chart with a 15.2 second time. Excuse me, no, it's going to be Owen Miles, who's 0.02 of a second off from sub 15, but still a bad fast Waffle House Pontiac. Lucien Bianchi will get into the outside wall just a little bit. See what Miles, Miles has got some side or passenger side damage. We'll see if it affects his aero at all this lap, and it looks like it does just a little bit. And Miles will come back down the pit lane, trying to repair that damage and put out another flying lap. But nobody under 15 seconds just yet. And the cut line is Caleb Rose. No, now Rose falls down to 11th. It's not what he wants to see, as Roy Ribbleton, meanwhile, he is in 6th, so he would be locked into the show. Toby Murphy in the 69. Currently, he is in 9th, so he would be in the show as of right now. Same with Roy Ribbleton, your points leader. The man who's near him in points, Nathan Orman, has not logged a lap yet. I think there he is in the 88. And he immediately hit the wall. And not a good lap, and he does not have a whole lot of time to try and put a new lap out there, as Roy Ribbleton to the top of the board with a 14.867 lap. That's not faster than Eric Monaco, but it still would lock him into the show. Brad Stover and Toby Murphy, all with sub 15-second times. Stover's going to have a good lap here in that sleek A&W Dodge. This might be a short track, but aero does mean a lot here in qualifying. We'll see what Stover is able to do this time around. About a tenth of a second off from his fastest lap, but of course Roy Ribbleton right now would not be on the front row. I think Eric Monaco and Nathan Stapleton right now would make up the front row. Looking down here, there's Danny Fallington, your Thornton winner a couple of days ago. He currently has logged a lap, but he's 17th. So the drivers who would be in the LCQ right now would be Danny Fallington, Jana Fogelman, John Andrews, Rogel Dorn, Caleb Rose, Matthew Hubert, who is third in the points, the other Fallington brother, Logan Alexander, Roberto Crown Jr., Trey Smith, and Nathan Orman, second and third in the points, with the possibility of not even making the main event. But 50 seconds to go in qualifying. Caleb Rose will come out for one last attempt, but he's got to be fast. But I don't know if he's going to be able to make it. He's going to leave the pit lane. He's got to book it in that 35. Now Toby Murphy to the top of the charts. 8.61. That would put Murphy in a tie for Durrani, but Murphy would get the tiebreaker since he's higher in points. Next time around, I think Caleb Rose will be able to log one more fast lap. 18 seconds to go. I think Dorn will be the last one to be able to log a new lap. Caleb Rose this time around. We'll see what he is able to do. Is he able to get into it? No, he is not, and that'll be the end. So Toby Murphy will be at the top of the charts for qualifying session number 2, and it looks like he will start third later on this afternoon, but Eric Monaco and Nathan Stapleton on the front row right now. Toby Murphy and Ryan Durrani would make up row number 2. So the top 10, so the drivers who are locked in right now, Eric Monaco, Nathan Stapleton, Toby Murphy, Ryan Durrani, Samat Ozkin, Brad Stover, Owen Miles, Lucian Bianchi, Mike Vincent Jr., Tyreek Hartman, Skylar Taylor, Josh Harmon, Tristan Rushwalski, Kasumi Takashi, Bianchi, Rodriguez, Vincent Leff, Riley Sampson, Lozano, and Donnie Fallington. The drivers who will be in the LCQ, Peter Rushwalski, Will Parrish, Reggie Fogelman, Nathan Buchanan, Chris Reynolds, Brian Ferris, Bradley Ream, Dylan Matthews, Logan Williams, Rich Roy, Alex Sandoval, Cole Sampson, Danny Fallington, Nathan Orman, Jana Fogelman, John Andrews, Rogel Dorn, Caleb Rose, Matthew Hubert, Logan Alexander, Roberto Crown Jr., and finally, Trey Smith. But that's going to do it here for qualifying, and in just a couple of moments, we will have the last chance qualifier. 22 drivers fighting for the top 10 starting slots in the to make up the 30-car field here for the first ever SuperFlo Showdown. We'll decide which 12 drivers will not make the grid this afternoon, and for guys who are on the outside or outside the bubble, guys like Caleb Rose, who have been falling the last couple of weeks, guys who trying to catch up to Roy Ribbleton, this could make or break their season. And we return here to the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway for the first ever last chance qualifier in Winston All-American Series history. And we're going to do a little bit of a rule change right here on the fly. Instead of the bottom 12 not racing for points at all, we're going to have them do a B main just to make sure that nobody gets screwed out of anything. So the bottom 12 will be fighting for bottom 12 points. But whoever wins that race will get 5 bonus points. Actually, no, Actually, whoever wins that race, we'll give him 5 bonus points, I guess, for just leading a lap. No harm, no foul, really done there. But Peter Rashwalski and Will Parrish start on the pole position, or on the front row for this LCQ, and the transfer spot right now is between Rogel Dorn and Chris Reynolds. Everybody below there will be filtered into the B main. But we're going to get this party started here in just a couple of moments. Let's get the command to fire the engines for the last chance qualifier. The engines immediately roar to life, and everybody's in this LCQ. Rashwalski, Will Parrish, both Fogelmans, Jana, and Reggie. Cole Sampson, Nathan Buchanan, Danny Fallington, Nathan Orman, John Andrews, Rogel Dorn, Chris Reynolds, Caleb Rose, Matthew Huber, Brian Ferris, Bradley Ream, Dylan Matthews, Logan Williams, Rich Roy, Logan Alexander, Roberto Crown Jr., Trey Smith, and Alex Sandoval, all fighting for the top 10 positions. Green flag is in the air, and the LCQ is underway. Already, Will Parrish going 3 wides. He'll knock down the outside wall and take out the 14, Nathan Buchanan. Nearly upside down is the 18. And we're already under caution for the first time here in the LCQ. Racing it back to the stripe, and it was Rashwalski beating out Fogelman in a dead heat. And these guys are going to get aggressive, and as Rick Allen once said, aggressive goes around. And already it looks like Jana Fogelman, Nathan Buchanan, and Will Parrish will be going to the B main. Unfortunate for those drivers. We'll take a look and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the LCQ here at Levi Strauss. Parrish goes up the racetrack, gets hit there by the 26 machine and nearly going upside down. Collects Nathan Buchanan and Jana Fogelman, and driving that Mike's Hard Lemonade number 3, and she took the hardest hit there out of those 3 cars all involved. But Reggie Fogelman led them back to the stripe. Actually, we know it was Peter Rashwalski who led them back to the caution flag. He will be your leader on the restart here for the LCQ for the SuperFlo Showdown. And we are back for the LCQ for the SuperFlo Showdown, live from Levi Strauss. Everybody's still on the racetrack. Oh, not Jana Fogelman. Now here comes Fogelman. She is going to be scored 1 lap down, and I don't like the officials sending her to the front like this. But nonetheless, it's Rashwalski, Roy Ribbleton, or Reggie Fogelman, and Nathan Orman, your top 3. Green flag back out in the air. We'll see if we can get a green flag run here, but with Jana Fogelman holding up these guys, I don't know if that's possible. And now the leaders will take one another out. Nathan Orman, one of those involved. And they're stacking it up back in the back. And the caution flag is back out for the second time. And a lot of damage to the passenger side of that 38 Bud Light Monte Carlo. And a lot, even more damage to the 88 of Nathan Orman, who comes into this race. I believe he's about 10 points behind Roy Ribbleton when it comes to the points position, or the points lead. Not good there for the 88, and he's got a lot of front end damage. We'll take a look and see what happened to bring out the second caution of the LCQ. These guys are not playing rough, or not playing fair. They are playing rough. Going up the hill, Rashwalski and Ribbleton both going around. You see in the back there is a couple of hard shots as Matthew Hubert in the Zinn machine goes around there, and it was always Fogelman in the 2, not Roy Ribbleton. I don't know why I keep getting those 2 mixed up. But not good there for Nathan Orman in the 88, but it is good right now for Peter Rashwalski. But let's see if he's able to hold on to this race lead here in the last chance qualifier. We are back here at the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway as we get a wide shot of the racetrack here between turns 1 and 2. Everybody is still on the track right now. Top 10 is between the 2 and 13. At the moment, green flag back out in the air. A little bit of a jumbled start with less than 10 laps to go. But right now, Peter Rashwalski under fire there from Danny Fallington. John Andrews trying to get to the inside of these guys. Meanwhile, they're still racing relatively heavily, but this is the battle for the transfer spot. And this is where things are going to get fuzzy here for the next 6 laps. Bradley Ream currently with the last spot. No, it's actually Sandoval who's got it right now, and I thought someone was going around, but Sandoval under fire from Logan Williams. Williams, the man who's last in the points, can he take it away? But will we have another accident? 5 laps to go in the LCQ. Up front, it's John Andrews. Oh, they're 3 wide in front of the transfer spot. This could get ugly. Sandoval underneath the 35 of Caleb Rose. Now Rose is in danger as Chris Reynolds will go around right into the path of Caleb Rose. Rose is going to lose all that track position as, just as I said, that Rich Roy, Logan Williams, and Nathan Orman will go on his lid. Rose involved in about 3 different accidents there as a caution will come out. And we will quickly go ahead and get this green-white checkered figured out. But my, oh my, a massive accident in turns 2 and 3. Playing in real time as Chris Reynolds gets turned by Cole Sampson right in front of just about everybody. But I don't think that's what will cause the caution. This will is, oh, Rich Roy. So what happened there to Nathan Orman and Rogel Dorn? We'll go back, see what happened. Oh, Orman got into the 35 and the 18. Just nowhere to go for Caleb Rose as it's all gone down south this week, but upside down on his roof is Nathan Orman as he teleports back to the pit lane. But John Andrews will be your leader with a green-white checkered finish here to round out the LCQ. We are back here at Levi Strauss wrapping up yet another caution. Andrews, Rashwalski, and Fallington, the top 3 at the transfer spot. It's between Matthew Hubert and Brian Ferris to see who will go into the A-main. We have unlimited attempts at a green-white checkered finish through the restart zone. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks in the air. Andrews just trying to get to this white flag, and they're wrecking behind them as Matthew Hubert on the outside wall. They stay straight. There's no caution. White flag. This race is official. And right now, it is Will Parrish who has the last transfer spot as the cars in front of him nearly going around. Off turn 4, Will Parrish is going to get the last transfer spot in. And the first one on the outside looking in. The 37 of Chris Reynolds and everybody behind him. But Caleb Rose and Nathan Orman, 2 of those guys, will be knocked out. John Andrews wins the LCQ, so he will start 3rd on the grid here later this afternoon. Take a look and see everybody's finishing results. So the top 10 will be filtered into the race. John Andrews, Peter Rashwalski, Bradley Ream, Danny Fallington, Alex Sandoval, Cole Sampson, Reggie Fogelman, Brian Ferris, Dylan Matthews, and Will Parrish, all locked into the A-main. And Reynolds, Smith, Rose, Crown Jr., Hubert, Buchanan, Fogelman, Williams, Alexander, Dorn, Roy, and Orman will be in the 30-lap B-main. And we'll get bottom 20 or bottom 12 points for this week. Tough break there for a lot of those guys, especially Nathan Orman and Caleb Rose, especially given that the 95 of Roy Ribbleton is in the A-main. But we'll take you to the B-main in just a little bit. But the LCQ is over. Andrews has won it, and he'll get at least 5 bonus points for winning the LCQ and transferring into the show here later on. Hello out there, we're on the air. It is B Main Chaos Race today here from the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway in Little Penny, California. 12 cars, 40 laps instead of 30, and all the chaos in the world make up this B Main Demolition Derby. And not even really a Demolition Derby since it's just, you know, it's supposed to be just a fun little race here. The bottom 12 in points. We've turned not only the cautions off, but the damage off as well, so nobody goes to the garage area, and turning it into like a quasi little all-star demolition derby that we had in Flemington back in 2020. But your starters in this B main event: Chris Reynolds and the 88 of Nathan Ormond. Then you got the 35 and the 28 of Trey Smith, or of 28 of Trey Smith, the 35 of Caleb Rose, the 22 of Rich Roy, the 31 of Logan Alexander, the 3 of Jana Fogelman, the 21 of Roberto Crown Jr., the 9 Zin Machine of Matthew Hubert, alongside the 14 of Nathan Buchanan, Rogel Dorn in the 8, the 13 Machine of Logan Williams. Let's go down trackside to get the most famous words in motorsports to start whatever the hell this race is going to be going for 40 laps.
Drivers, start your engines.
The engines roar to life for the B main race event. No fancy graphics in this one. I'll just tell you straight up. 40 laps, no cautions. This is Levi Strauss. We've seen how chaotic it was in the LCQ and qualifying, and now we've set the ratings to 110 and the damage is off, so the only thing that'll keep these guys out of the race is them going around. We'll go back and review all the cautions there. Well, they'll be at the bottom of your screen, but green flag is in the air. 40 laps of sheer chaos are underway. And already Nathan Norman on the outside wall. He will tag the 37. I'm surprised that we were able to keep it straight for a corner. But that'll change this time around. They're 3 wide back in there as Logan Alexander will get turned by Rogel Dorn, and he'll be the first car to go around. Trey Smith now in the race lead. Alexander just wanting these guys to really screw up and die, and that's what's going to happen as Matthew Hubert rides the lightning again. 40 laps around here, no cautions. It should probably take about 5 or 6 minutes as they're 3 wide back in there. 3 wide for second. Caleb Rose with a kamikaze move. He'll put the 37 in the outside wall. Now Caleb Rose is a man on a mission. And he'll go to the race lead. He's going to put the 28 in the wall. Ricky Craven moment as Matthew Hubert will put the 22 around. And thankfully, there's no damage because half the field probably would have been in the hospital at this point. Oh, Chris Reynolds will be the second car to officially go around as Matthew Hubert pulls a Casey Kane in the 9. He'll go upside down right in the path of the 37 and the 31. Oh, I tell you. We need to have another demolition derby for like an all-star event for this series because this is just hysterical to watch. Rich Roy looking for the lead here in the B main. But it's Jana Fogelman who will go to the point as there's lap traffic after only 8 laps. Now Caleb Rose will go around and he'll RKO the 13 of Logan Williams. Williams will be beached on his roof. No, go back on all 4 wheels. And now this is the battle for last. So right in the front is right in front of the leaders. Oh my. Nathan Buchanan going around, and this is, oh Lord, the Twisted T car getting twisted up in the air. Not sure who's the leader. I think it's the 28. No, it's still Rich Roy. Somehow still in the lead of the Octane 22. There's been about 16 different wrecks, so we're only on lap 11. But right now, it is still Rich Roy, who has found a little bit of space for himself. He's 4 seconds ahead of Jano Fogelman, and then it is just a complete fustercluck for third. And don't even get me started about this battle for fourth, as Rogel Dorn will put Nathan Buchanan into the next county. We'll see as Rich Roy just trying to run away with this. Caleb Rose will get punched into the outside wall, and he'll go around along with Rogel Dorn. Dorn will get into the 28. The 21 will smack into the 8. Arca breaks in this one as Rich Roy will navigate his way through and will lap down about half the field. We're not even 20 laps in, and all but 4 drivers are a lap down as Rich Roy will nearly turn himself around. I don't think anybody is out of this race yet. Fogelman is still in second somehow. So Nathan Buchanan will hit the outside wall. I don't know why the 13 was down the pit lane, probably because he was on his lid. It'll be interesting to see if Rich Roy will go upside down as we're nearing the halfway point through the B main. And this has been probably the most niche race in the North American Sim Racing Network. If this isn't just the NASRN in a nutshell, I really don't know what it is, as Fogelman has gone around in the 3. Rich Roy could pull. I forget who lapped the field on Hoosiers. It was Jeffrey Bodine, I think, as Dorn will knock down the outside wall again, but it's Nathan Orman who's now in second. Just as I say that, he knocks down the wall. Orman's 7 seconds behind as Roy is just trying to get through this race. Fogelman will knock down the wall again. She is still in third. Somehow the 13 car is still in this race. Just as I said that, he almost gets turned by Matthew Hubert. Rich Roy, he's closing in on Nathan Buchanan. He is getting close in there. Never mind. Chris Reynolds will get turned by the 38. Caleb Rose trying to get his lap back. He's currently in 7th as we're past the halfway point through the B main. Same with Trey Smith, is also trying to get his lap back, but I think the Sillies have finally quelled a little bit. Fogelman on the outside wall again. She is just Arca braking it. I don't think any of these drivers have brakes realistically. As Rich Roy continues to catch back up to the 14 of Nathan Buchanan. Roy can still lose this race. I don't know where the 88 is, but he'll probably end up in some sort of accident before things are all said and done. Nathan Buchanan somehow still on the lead lap. Roy not really catching up to him. Now Roy himself in the outside wall. 5 seconds back is the 88. But it looks like the rest of the field is going to catch up to this 22 as he's running a really conservative race. Caleb Rose will catch up as Rich Roy will slip up again. Now Rose to the inside. And now he's got even more lap traffic in front of him, and these guys could easily wash up the racetrack and murder the Octane machine. Or he could get taken out there by Logan Williams, but 5 seconds back as Logan Alexander will go around in the 31 Chickies, and Pete Scarry will tag the 9. Still closing in on 10 laps to go in the B main, and this is where Rich Roy will get caught up, and Roy will go around. So Roy will go around. He'll be right in the middle of Matthew Hubert, and splitting the middle is Nathan Orman. Oh, go figure. So Orman will take the race lead away from Rich Roy. Roy will fall back to third as Jano Fogelman was able to pass him. Now can the 88 of Nathan Orman survive? Pretty much everybody is back on the lead lap. Roy 6 seconds behind. He'll get in the outside wall once again. But 9 laps to go in the LCQ. Nathan Orman, who was on his lid earlier this afternoon, now just trying to ride around. No surprise, Orman does have the fastest lap, but he could get caught up with that 13 machine of Logan Williams. Williams on the outside wall. Orman will come up on the outback Ford. He'll try to go down to the inside. Oh, he might take him out. Jana Fogelman, 5 seconds back. Logan Williams is nearly going to take out the 88. But Nathan Orman at 88 machine running on rails right now. Crown Jr. will smack the outside wall like it's his stepson. Nathan Orman, well, it might be for pretty bottom tier points. It's still a win. He'll get the bonus point as Logan Williams will pass him to get his lap back as both cars will hit the outside wall. 5, count 'em, 5 laps to go. This time by for Nathan Orman. Can he hold on? Or will he screw up and die? Somehow neither of them hit the outside wall. That in itself is a miracle and a half. Orman trying to go to the inside of Logan Williams. He'll fishtail it off the corner, but he'll get the pass. Oh, going wide is Orman. He is going to get turned around. Here comes Jana Fogelman. She's trying to go around, and she will split the middle. No, she's going to make contact, but Fogelman is going to be slow, and here comes Rich Roy in the 22. Somehow the 88 was able to get back around, but it's 3 laps to go, and the top 2 on top of one another, and they're going to wreck each other. Roy hits the back end, and here comes the 88. Storming back is Ormond. Popsicle 6 in the air, 2 laps to go. Can Jana Fogelman hold on? Fogelman's the outside wall, same with Orman. Hubert is off the lead laps. I don't think he's going to be able to catch up. White flag in the air. One more time around here for the B-Main. For what has been the most niche race of the season, one more chance for the 88 to try and get around this 3, but it's going to be too little too late. If he had one more lap, I think he would have caught her off the final corner. Jana Fogelman wins the most North American Sim Racing Network race in the world. Yeah, that went about as well as I expected. And just like her sponsor, I need to get drunk after watching that. Let's go back and at some of the highlights here. I want to see this 21 car flip over. Well, there's Logan Alexander going around like a scrub. I think this is coming up in the next couple of laps. Hubert will get to the outside. Trey Smith, this was back when Trey Smith was still in contention. They're 3 wide up in here. I really don't know how they were somehow able to complete this race. Everybody was. Trying to find where the 27 flipped over. There goes Chris Reynolds going down like a noob in Call of Duty. Oh, and there's Matthew Hubert. He went upside down. Forgot about that. And now the 21 car just getting turned over. Crown Jr. getting turned over. Just funny to me. Actually, there's the 13. He rode the railroad tracks. We'll get to Logan Williams. I really don't know how to describe that. A catch fence crash at a short track is arguably the funniest thing in the world, and I think it's the next lap there. Crown Jr. goes upside down as Logan Williams gets turned on his lid, and here's Crown Jr. getting twisted there in the 21 on lap 9, and Jana Fogelman somehow ending up in victory lane. But that was about the stupidest race in the world. But there are your official standings. So Logan Williams will get credit for a 42nd place finish. Logan Alexander 41st, Dorn 40th, 39th is Hubert, 38th is Roy, 37th Smith, 36th is Chris Reynolds, 35th Buchanan, 34th Caleb Rose, 33rd, Roberto Crown Jr., 32nd, Nathan Orman, and 31st place finish will be Jana Fogelman. Excuse me. That was about the dumbest race in the world, and we'll definitely have pictures from that. That's going to do it here for the B main. Intentionally silly, intentionally stupid, but it's just for the bottom 12 points. But now it's time to actually get serious, buckling down for 50 laps of action around here at this chaotic Little Bull Ring in Little Penny, California. Coming up later on today, getting its own separate video, will be the A main event for the SuperFlo Showdown. 30 cars, 50 laps, cautions are on, and hopefully it'll be a serious race in that, knocking on wood. But that's going to do it here for the B main qualifying session, or for the B main and all the qualifying sessions from earlier on today. But from Little Penny, California, we will see you in about an hour's time here for the main event of this afternoon, the A main of the SuperFlo Showdown from Levi Strauss.